to the trap and I'm flipping it. Double cup with the purple, I'm sipping it. Ayy, ayy. I might pull up where you stay. I might pull up, let it spray.
What's good, YouTube? It's Constant, and I'm back with another NBA 2k20 MyTeam video. Today, I'm going to be going over the 2 cards from Triple Threat Online, the boards, and I'm going to be telling you guys which one is better. And it may be a little bit of a interesting question because one of them is a Galaxy Opal and one of them is a Pink Diamond. So your first thought would be that GUS Williams is the better card, but honestly, they're very, very different. So we're going to compare them both right now, GUS Williams and Fred Brown. So I have both of these cards. I played with them both, and honestly, they're both not even my favorite point guards in the game. But if I had to pick one, I'd say I'd rather play with GUS Williams. But that doesn't mean that Fred Brown is worse or GUS Williams is better. So going into their heights, you can see that GUS Williams is 6'2", Fred Brown is 6'3". So he's already at a disadvantage, the Galaxy Opal, because of his height. Now, when you go into the badges, Fred Brown has a total of 47 badges, and GUS Williams has a total of 46 badges. GUS Williams does have 40 Hall of Fame badges, though. So I guess you could argue that he has more badges and that, he has the better badges. But when you look at the badges, some of the badges that Fred Brown has that GUS Williams doesn't is range extender, which is a really, really shooting badge right here. And GUS Williams doesn't have any version of range extender, so that makes a big difference in how they're playing. A lot of the badges that GUS Williams does have, Fred Brown has it on gold, so it's not even that big of a difference. But he does have a lot more Hall of Fame badges, so yeah, you can take that into a factor. Now, when you look at their attributes, GUS Williams, his driving layup is, I'm pretty sure without a shoe it's a 98, because the shoe is going to give it a +3 boost. So driving layup, GUS Williams wins right there. The post doesn't really matter with these cards. Draw foul, GUS Williams is a higher draw foul and a higher close shot. But when it comes to shooting, Fred Brown takes it by a landslide. +10, +11 3-point shot, and that's a shoe on GUS Williams. He has a normally 85 3-pointer. So he really has +13 3-point shot and +3 mid-range. And Fred Brown does have Hall of Fame range extender. GUS Williams doesn't have any version of that badge. Driving dunk, GUS Williams wins right there, but it's really not that big of a difference because Fred Brown is 6'3" and GUS Williams is 6'2". So just the fact that he's a smaller card, he's gonna get bullied a lot more in the game. When you go to ball handle, obviously GUS Williams is gonna take that. But the thing is, ball handle for a point guard, especially once it's over 90 or once it's even over 86, it doesn't really make that much of a difference in how good the card is going to perform or how well he's going to dribble. Yeah, GUS Williams might be able to break more ankles, but he's not going to lose the ball. He's not going to hold on to the ball more, and Fred Brown is not going to turn it over more just because he has a 90 ball handle. So that really doesn't make much of a difference. Defense-wise, it's obvious. GUS Williams takes that right there. So the only two things GUS Williams is better at right now is driving, ball handling a little bit. So I wouldn't even say ball handling. He's only better at driving and slightly better on defense and more badges. When it comes to speed, GUS Williams has that. Strength, he has it. Lateral quickness, he has it. So comparing both of these two cards, Fred Brown is really just a better shooter, and that's the only thing that he offers. GUS Williams is a better at everything else. But the thing is, the difference is so little all around. I'd probably say that Fred Brown, for a lot of you guys, you might think that Fred Brown is better, and he is taller, so that does make a huge difference in point guards, especially in this game where you can have position locks and Giannis can run point, Isaac Bonga can run point, and he's 6'8". LeBron can run point, J.R. Smith can run point, Ben Simmons can run point. You really want a point guard that can hold their own. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get into a multiplayer Triple Threat Online match, and I'm going to use both of these cards. So GUS Williams and where is he? Fred Brown. Now I'm going to just have them both in the game so I can try to show you their strengths and weaknesses, and I'm not just going to be talking about the cards. You guys are going to actually get to see how each of them perform in game. And it's pretty interesting because the GUS Williams, he's an Opal, and when I first got the card, I thought he was going to be definitely better than Fred Brown, but the competition is super, super close. And If, in my opinion, if I had to tell you guys who my favorite one is, yeah, I already said it was Gus Williams, but honestly, it's just because he's an Opal and I like that Opal glow and it's cool. But if I was really in a competition and I really had to win a game, I'd pick Fred Brown, because when you have a point guard, especially a short one, you really want them to be a good shooter. Oh man. See, Gus Williams, good defense right there. He does have better defense, but Fred Brown is just a better shooter, and I missed that right there. I don't know why it didn't let me stop and pop that, but it's all right. We're gonna step that back. Gus Williams wide open. Don't sell. He made a three. All right. He doesn't usually make those. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. He's not the best shooter. He's not the type of player where you can run around the three-point line and find an open shot with. And he's also not that type of player you can drive in the paint with and get an open dunk, because he's so small. And his driving dunk is only an 80, not like a 90 or at least an 85. He's not the most athletic player. I'd say he's just a really solid point guard if you don't run with your point guard a lot, but not someone that you want to have as your first option on your squad. We'll try to get some action from Fred Brown, but he's just not getting open right now. I see him open right now though. Oh, he missed right there. So, hey, I really don't know who's better out of these two. It really just comes down to preference. Would you rather have a point guard that can make more shots, or would you rather have a point guard that can do everything else? Wow, I expected that to drop. This is gonna, whoa. I didn't know he was that deep, man. That's 2K. That's 2K for you. Why would they just make him back up from being wide open? A lot of people don't like playing with shorter guards, but I honestly think 1 inch isn't going to make a difference at all. And if it does, then I think the same thing was going to happen to the shorter player or the taller player if 1 inch makes a difference in how you can perform. Wide open. Hey, Gus Williams is knocking down those threes. So I guess having a 98 3-point shot isn't really a big deal, especially if you can have a coach that boosts your 3-point shot. Like I have Steve Kerr, so Gus Williams 3 is going to go from an 85 to a 90, and Fred Brown is going to go from a 98 to a 99. It's not going to get boosted that much. Fred Brown in the corner. He's knocking those down always. That's one thing I can say about the card. He has range extenders, so he's going to be able to hit from super, super far. And honestly, both of these cards are good. I'd say the better card is Gus Williams. The card that you want in a competition is Fred Brown, just because he's a lot more deadly. And what I mean by that is you can easily go off in a game and score 30 with him. You know what I mean? With Gus Brown, the only way you're scoring 30 with him is if you really force it. Fred Brown can get open and he can make shots all game. He'll be knocking it consistently. He can knock it down from far. Like, oh, come on. I don't like his form though. So yeah, which one has the better form? That's another question, because I totally forgot about that. And honestly, I don't know. They're both really, really similar. I have to get some more shots up with the both of them to really find out. And this is one thing. That's one thing that Fred Brown can't do. He can't dunk like that. You know, Gus Williams is a lot more athletic. He only has 5 more dunk points, but it changes up a lot because there's certain animations that Gus Williams is going to be able to do. Fred Brown's not. And that's a shot Gus Williams is not knocking down. With the help of range extender, that's how Fred Williams makes those. You see how the badge is lighting up in the top right. So yeah, it depends on what kind of player you are. Me, I really like to attack with my point guard and get to the rim. Like I like to blow by people, get around with my point guard, get to the rim. If you really want to be able to shoot with your guard, Fred Brown's the option. It's like the difference between Steph Curry and Russell Westbrook, or maybe John Morant, because he's that small. That is a good dunk by Fred Brown though. Like I said, these cards are so similar, it's crazy. A lot of you guys would just think the Opal is better, but man, that shooting can make a huge difference in a game. Fred Brown's is the shot creator takeover. I mean, Gus Williams is the shot creating takeover. Fred Brown is definitely gonna have the sharpshooter. I played with him before, so I already know I don't have to. Wide open. I still haven't green with either of these guys, but man, they do make a good duo, I'm not gonna lie. But there's no way you're gonna be able to play one of these guys. There's no way you're gonna be able to play Fred Brown at your shooting guard position. 6'3" is just way too small for a shooting guard, and he's just gonna get abused like he just got abused right there. I'm gonna try to knock down a deep three with Fred Brown. Wow. See, that's one thing that he brings to the table, Gus doesn't bring to the table. In the defense, the speed, the athleticism, Gus Brown has it. So let me know who you guys think is the better card. I'm torn. I don't know who to pick between the two of them. Like, it honestly depends on how I'm feeling in that day, who I'm gonna play with. I'm leaning more towards the Opal, but that's just biased. That's just because he's an Opal. I'd rather play with an Opal than a pink diamond, even if the Opal was worse. I know it doesn't make any sense, but hey, it's just cool that he's an Opal. Like, I don't know, especially maybe because I'm a no money spent player, and when I first started, I didn't have any Opals. I didn't even have any pink diamonds. I just had some diamonds. So now that I have a good squad like this, I'm gonna pick the Opal even more, just so I can say I have some just so I can say I have 3 Galaxy Opals, like Josh Smith, Brandon Roy, and Gus Williams. But honestly, I don't know who's better. But we're gonna end the episode off right here. I said the episode, and I said that because I started a new series, RJ Barrett's Road to Glory. And the end of the video, it's gonna be on the right side. On the left side is gonna be my Whisper Challenge video. So go check it out if you want to. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.
And I'm on the road to the cash, you niggas be mad, my niggas gon' double up. And I'm on the roads in your fast, picked up, I don't pass, niggas better buckle up. Serving so fast I might crash, these on my ass, I'm doing the dash. No, I can't help but get in my bag, no, I'm in my bag, get into the cash. Ay, young nigga 17, this is the better me, little but you cannot relate. No, I get some bread on me, know it's a friend of me, waving this shit when I